was just for climbing down the stairs. Anyway, you're a great crowd. You're a great crowd. You just calm down. I envy you. I really envy you to be able to come here and see me. It's such a thrill for you, but just don't get giddy. Whatever you do, don't get giddy. Because you get giddy, you're going to take someone's eye out. That's the natural progression of giddy. First you get giddy, and then you take someone's eye out. Once, when I was at life's lowest ebb, and I felt like no one would ever love or accept me, I thought I'd killed myself, and I checked into a motel room in the middle of nowhere, and I was lying there in the dark when all of a sudden there was a warm glow of light, and I looked up and Christ was standing over me like this. And I looked up at him, and he looked down at me, and finally he spoke and said, "Gilbert, am I fat?" I said, "I don't think so. I think you lost weight." He said, "Well, you know, I've been running." And I said to him, "Jesus?" He went, "Please, Jeez." He likes to be called G's. His friends call him G's. On his license plate, it's a bunch of G's in a row. So you read it, you go, G, G, G's, oh. I don't know who he has on his dashboard. For a while, it was like a morphin' Power Ranger, but it looked stupid. And I said to him, "Geez, Jeezy, Jeezy boy, I feel like no one will ever accept me." And Jesus looked at me and said, "You know, my theory is, accept me or go to hell." As he was walking out, he turned to me and said, "Hey, I might not be back for a few thousand years. You want me to do anything like end war?" And I said, "No, you're a guest. Get out of here." "I can cure a few diseases." No, go. And take some cake with you. I always felt sorry for I've always felt sorry for Jesus. Because, you know, no matter what he ever did, he could never live up to his father. You figure if your father's God, what are you going to do that's so impressive? So Jesus would make these long speeches and go, "Put your faith in me." "Yeah, that's nice. How's your father doing?" "He's doing okay." "I will grant you happiness." "Ah, that's nice. You'll tell your father I said hello, though." "How about eternal life?" Yeah, that's cute. "But your father, you'll tell him you're my name." "Yeah." At the Last Supper, how come no one sat at the other side of the table? Everyone have to squeeze in like this. Thinking they could have moved one person over there. It's just as well they didn't have people on that side. It would have looked stupid in the picture to have people there like this. I think originally there were people on the other side, but those were the ones going, "You know, the air conditioner hits me right on the back of the neck." A midget putting a dime in a payphone. A cannibal from every old jungle film. Ironside. Ironside taking a nap. Mickey Mouse on acid. Oh, God, I'm freaking out! Oh, no! I'm having a bad trip! A cannibal sticking his tongue out. Let's turn to the Old Testament. If you have the Old Testament at home, if you flip the corner pages, you could see Jesus riding a horse. And he was good. Flips his hat up and down. On the other side, there's a fat lady with a hula hoop. Back then, everyone thought the fat lady with the hula hoop would become famous. No one thought Jesus was going anywhere. Had the fat lady with the hula hoop had better management, today you'd wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, stub your toe and go, "Oh, fat lady with a hula hoop! Oh, you fat lady with a hula hoop!" I wish sometimes that I could lose my temper the way that Charlton Heston did in the original Planet of the Apes. That scene where he says, "Take your paws off me, you damn dirty apes!" And he did that after they threw a net on him. It's like before then, everything was okay. Something about monkeys throwing a net on him, that's it. Now I'm angry. Before then, he lands on a planet of talking monkeys. They chase after him, they shoot at him, they kill the other two guys, stuff them, nail them to a wall. That's fine. But then they throw a net on him, and it's like, all right, I put up with enough. So when you look back on that movie, it's just a rubber monkey mask and a jumpsuit, and they all had those rubber monkey mouths where they'd speak, and in the middle of what they were saying, the mouth would go. The monkey would be giving a long, impassioned speech, and all of a sudden, the mouth would go. Sometimes one monkey would be talking, and the other monkey would go. Sometimes two monkeys would be yelling at each other, and way in the back, a monkey would go. And you had to ignore the fact that when it opened its mouth, there was another mouth underneath. It's like, please ignore this mouth. Do not look at this mouth. Only look at the rubber monkey mouth. Then also in the movie, they had that, like, red-haired gorilla with the English accent that was their leader. They never explained, if there's no England in the picture, how did he get that accent? You'd think at least one of the monkeys would have been there going, why is he talking that way? I'm really glad that O.J. Simpson has custody of the kids. I think O.J. will make a great father. See, the average parent says, do your homework, and the kids are like, yeah, I'll do it after I get through watching TV. O.J. says, do your homework. It's like, yes, I'm doing it right now. And I'm doing next year's homework also. I'm writing my graduation speech for college. The average parent says, clean your room. It's like, maybe tomorrow I'll clean it. O.J. says, clean your room. It's like, yes, and I'm painting it. I'm adding a sun deck. They talk that way. Every time you open the paper now, there seems to be another celebrity getting arrested for masturbation. First it was Pee Wee Herman and then George Michaels. If masturbation's a crime, I should be on death row. I should have been executed years ago. To think that by age 12, I was already Al Capone. Like right now, my right hand is like Superman. Put a piece of charcoal in it and I could crush it into a diamond. It's like if the police came to arrest me, they'd say, okay, now when you go close to him, make sure you don't get near his right arm. It's extremely powerful. The cops would be coming after me and they'd be, stay back! I'll crush all of you! How exactly do they prove that you've been masturbating? Do they dust for prints? Sometimes I like to go clothes shopping with Callista Flockhart. Whenever we go out shopping together, she comes out of the changing room each time with a different outfit and goes, does this dress make my spinal cord look big? Finally, I got a little worried and I took her to the doctor for a checkup. They don't actually x-ray her. The nurse stands behind her with a flashlight. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty normal. Last time they got a little worried, they found a suspicious lump. Then they said it's okay, she swallowed a raisin. I visited Dr. Kevorkian once. And he said, how are you? And fine! And I don't know, to me you look a little pale. I feel great! Once, I was on a camping trip, and I got separated from my party. And then I was looking around, it was getting cold and dark, and I looked, and there was a giant sign that said, warning, you have entered the land of the three-name people. I was about to turn and run when Sarah Michelle Gellar came out and said, this is the land of the three-name people. How many names do you have? And then Jennifer Love Hewitt came out and said, this is the land of the three-name people. How many names do you have? And I said, I have but two names. And then Ray Dawn Chong and Olivia Newton-John came out screaming, death to the two-name boy. And I started to run away when Sarah Jessica Parker, Mary Louise Parker, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus came out screaming, death to the two-name boy. And then Edward James Olmos, Harry Dean Stanton, Billy Bob Thornton, James Earl Jones, and Charles Nelson Riley came out screaming death to the two-name boy. And then Mark Paul Gosselaar, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and Brian Austin Green came out and grabbed me and said, death to the two-name boy. And then a group of Gentiles came out and said, is this death to the Jew-name boy? And I said, no, two-name. And they said, oh, sorry for interrupting. And they just... And then Michael Clark Duncan, Neil Patrick Harris, David Ogden Steers, David Alan Greer, and David Hyde Pierce came out screaming death to the two-name boy. And then just about everyone who has ever been a cast member on The Cosby Show came out screaming death to the two-name boy. And then Lee Van Cleef, Lee Taylor Young, Jennifer Jason Lee, Cheryl Lee Ralph, Roscoe Lee Brown, Gina Lee Nolan, Rachel Lee Cook, Johnny Lee Miller, Tommy Lee Jones, Ricky Lee Jones, Jamie Lee Curtis, and David Lee Roth. And I pulled myself away, and I ran and ran and ran. So you did a lot of running. No, I ran and ran. So you did quite a bit. No, I ran for days and days and days. So, what, a week? No, I ran. And then I collapsed. And when I woke up, a girl was leaning over me. And I said, what is thy name, young wench? And she said, Madonna. And I said, you only have one name? I have two. And at that point, Prince came out, and Sade, and Vanity, and Apollonia, and Brandy, and Topol, and Cher, and Contafloss, and Fabian, and Tiffany, and Charo, and Twiggy, and Liberace, and Jewel, and Sting. And they said, in the land of the one-named boy, the two-named boy shall rule. And we danced and celebrated. And then I collapsed, because it was a pretty long week, all in all. And when I woke up, leaning over me was Michael J. Fox, George C. Scott, David E. Kelly, Mary J. Blige, E.G. Marshall, C. Thomas Howell, M. Emmett Walsh, G.T. Walsh, Lee J. Cobb, James L. Brooks, G.D. Spradlin, Edward G. Robinson, S.J. Perlman, H.G. Wells, John C. Riley, E.F. Hutton, J.P. Morgan, and Samuel L. Jackson, screaming, "Death to the man without the pretentious initials!" I always felt bad for Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa lived a whole life helping starving children and dying villages, but she could never be declared a saint because she never actually performed a miracle. And it's like toward the end, she was desperate to perform a miracle, so she would go up to starving children and go, "What's that behind your ear? It's a quarter!" My imitation of Davy Jones from the Monkees. A Polish cymbal player. Jerry Seinfeld as Hamlet. To be or not to be. I don't know if I should be or not. Some people be. Who are these people that be? Elmer Fudd in Apocalypse Now. Oh, Dahawa. Dahawa. I killed the little Vietnamese. Yosemite Sam, when he's chased Bugs Bunny off a cliff and he's standing there in midair, not realizing till later that he's about to fall. Bob Dylan, when he's chased Bugs Bunny off a cliff, and he's standing there in midair, not aware till later that he's about to fall. Thank you. Good night.